All right. Welcome back to the podcast, you guys. Today, we have a very special guest. This is my producer Kyle. We love him. We know him in New Braunfels. He is a local celebrity to all of us, and he hates me for saying that right now. But Kyle Garrett, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us a little bit about yourself, which I know you probably hate me asking that.
Yeah, it's so weird not being behind the camera right now. I'm scared everything's going to go wrong.
I really like it because you really put the fucking pressure on me all the time. You're like, you've got this. I'm like, do I?
Well, I say that because I know that I've got this. So
yeah, well, thank God.
Relaying my confidence.
But this time it's like, do either of us got this?
Who knows? We'll see in about an hour.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Down from the mountain, she found her true colors. Landed in Texas, but she's still drawing hollers. Rashelle's her name, and she's the real deal. But don't blink, 'cause the art's for real.
I'm originally from Houston. I've been out in Central Texas for a while now. I'm a full-time musician. Somehow I ended up producing podcasts.
How you wouldn't do this to me? And I can't help but imagine what you're feeling. How do you keep on putting up with me? 5 more down and you'll see.
Kyle, how is it that we first connected with each other? It was through our friend Bree Bagwell, who was recently on the podcast, and you produce her podcast. She's a musician here in Texas.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, obviously through having mutual friends and both being in creative industries, we connected. But how would you say, what is the beginning of our story knowing each other?
Yeah, so I found you on Instagram probably because Bree follows you at one point, and I slid into your DMs and said, we'll work for tats.
Oh, wait, what?
And you never saw that.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
How are you, like, you're like dropping it right now? How has it never come up?
I have no idea.
Wow,
But
wild.
that's what happened, and I assumed you had never seen it because you never said anything
What
about it.
did you say?
Will work for tats. I'm sure I
Well,
wasn't
and then
the
that,
first to say
and
that
then that
also.
like low key ended up working out at
Yeah.
some points in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
That's so funny. Well,
Yeah, so Bree linked us up. You needed some help with some stuff, and she believes in me more than I think anyone on earth.
best saleswoman ever.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah.
And so she set us up, and I came over to record one day, or I guess to film some stuff, and we ended up just chit-chatting for a long time, and it's kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, and you had filmed for her for concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you run her podcast. What's going on with your mic?
I have no
man?
idea. I'm just going to have to hold it. It's all good.
If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it, right?
I'm always playing with it, yeah. So I was Bree's tour manager for a long time, which means I was kind of like
Oh yeah, the tour manager.
day to
Right.
day. Yeah, so I'd be out on the road. I'd advance shows, meaning like get all the, details for everything in order, so the band and Bree knows kind of what to expect. And then on the road, I would do a lot of driving, sell merch, just kind of do anything I could to make sure everything ran smoothly. And then I got another job, so I had to leave Bree. Terrible day in my life. But we found a way to keep working together, and that was through the podcast. And now I'm like some fucking podcast producer. Apparently.
You're a podcast guy. They call him producer Kyle, and I just love it. And that name just like stuck. It just works. But you also, I mean, through producing podcasts, you've worked for some pretty big people. Like you've or worked with them or.
Yeah, for sure. I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with lots of very cool people over the years.
One being my like favorite, like probably the only person I can honestly say I'd be like starstruck meeting, just because he's like such a fuck the system, like doesn't play by the rules. Coat Wetzel, love him. And then Parker McCollum. Yeah. Also, like Parker's great too. I don't have that same connection with Parker.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, like the podcast world has led me to lots of really cool opportunities that have only like kind of motivated me more to succeed as a independent artist these days.
What was it like meeting them? Were they?
They were cool. I mean, kind of what I expected. I don't really get starstruck by people. Parker's a big, I mean, both of them are pretty equal inspirations for me, just kind of the way they've blazed their own path. And there's been tons of others too, like I couldn't name all the people that I've got to meet backstage or hang out with, or do collaborative stuff with. It's just been cool.
For everybody that is unfamiliar with kind of this area of Texas that we live in between Austin and San Antonio, we're in New Braunfels area, and New Braunfels is like the hub for some of the greatest Texas country musicians. And we've got Green Hall here, and it's just it's a vibe here. So you've got like pretty big names that roll through here, but also have ties to this town, and
they all live out here.
There's some big talent. Like Miranda Lambert's family has, I think they live here, or they have a house here.
Maybe they have a house. They're down here all the time for some reason. I know her parents spent a lot of time down here, but they're from East Texas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, Parker lives out here now. It's everybody migrates here. Like
is William Kirk Green here too?
No, he's in the Dallas area. He's from West Texas. He's one of the Texas Tech boys. There's just so much talent here. It feels like the new Nashville. Austin's like praised as this music capital or whatever, and I live there, and that's just not true. Like,
they even charge for parking here downtown now. So just know there's a QR code.
Yeah, but it's free after 10. It's a luxury.
Right, and Sundays is free. It's the Lord's Day. Well, actually, I don't know. I think I just maybe assumed. I think I was like that dummy that's like, what day is it? And it was like free, and I was trying to pay. But that also... I'm like, I'm a nomad, and I think that also could have been in Taos when I tried that last.
Two very different places.
Very different. So don't listen to me on the parking.
Have you seen those memes that are like, Texas is just a flat, boring place, and it like zooms in, and it's like Austin, Texas, but it's fucking Banff or something? It's like these beautiful mountains and lakes. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, it's so funny.
No, I don't know half the shit that you're like, have you seen this? I'm like, do I live in a cave?
I have the worst sense of humor. I just laugh at ridiculous things.
No, I just think I have no reference to anything going on outside of like my narrow scope of, conspiracies and art.
You keep me up to date.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So like how different, we're just going to get into it. Okay. Are we ready for that? Are we ready to just get into it? How different has it been, or what is surprising since you've been working with me? Like, working with a visual artist in general is obviously like a very interesting niche kind of industry.
Yeah.
But has there been anything surprising or shocking?
If you didn't pay me $1,000 a day to be here, I don't think I could do it.
He's joking.
No, you're like my favorite. I like
$1,000 a day. Yeah, I'm just shilling out the money.
Nothing's been shocking. I will tell you, this is another embarrassing story that I've never told you. That first day we came over, I was trying to film some shit. And as everyone knows, you're very pretty. So I was trying to film your dogs or something, and I was like shaking because I had just met you, and I was just like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I blamed it on coffee.
Damn, I didn't notice that at all. Yeah. I had an intern with me over the summer, and then I've had a couple assistants since I've had Ranger. And Ranger's a puppy, guys. He doesn't look like a puppy, but he is so excited. He scares the shit out of some people. And so, like, I never know how people are going to do with dogs.
I love dogs.
And it's almost like if you don't get along with dogs, or you don't
that's a good
know how to be.
Yeah, like if the dogs don't fuck with the people coming.
No, they all fuck with the people. They fuck with every type of person. They're like, we love everybody, So I feel like, but they get so excited. And sometimes when people aren't dog people, I feel like it's like terrifyingly overwhelming, I
get overwhelmed. I wouldn't say easily, but I get overwhelmed by certain things, or maybe overstimulated is a better word.
Well, that one trip to Big Bend
I think I handled that pretty well.
No, I was like, this poor man.
It was just a lot.
I took him on a trip to Big Bend, and we went camping, and he got to kind of see how the van operates and the whole camping thing. And I had my two dogs, right? And there's no seats in the van, so the dogs typically sit up front with me. And I have this like little, like, what would we call it? Like a chest thing in between both of the seats. And Ranger sits on that one, and he fucking lays on me the entire time because he's a big fat baby. And then Ruger just stares at me with his paws crossed like a little angel. He's gone viral because he's a superstar. But then Kyle's having to sit in the fucking front seat at the same time. And so it's the three of us and then Kyle all in one row. And the dogs were like slobbering on him at one point. Ranger puked. Yeah. I think that was a couple times. I think he puked twice. Did he shit?
Probably.
He wasn't like, it takes dogs a minute, especially in the van, because they're like moving all around and they don't have like, it's not like a close proximity, you know?
Yeah, I think he was just a puppy. You know, when we got there, he didn't understand that like being in the van with the doors open wasn't being outside. So he pissed all over your bed.
He did piss on my bed.
What'd you sleep
I was
on?
pissed. He was pissed. We were all pissed. But Kyle had a tent. He was fine.
Yeah.
But then we had to put the blankets. You put my blankets that he peed on.
Yeah.
You to air it out, put it over the tent.
But
I'm like,
I had
oh
to
my
use it
God.
because it was cold as shit.
Oh my God. That was, it was really a thrown together, like, let's fucking do this trip. It was cool. It was over Thanksgiving. Mind blowing. I was also going through like a really interesting breakup at the time. And yeah, it was a stressful trip, but I feel like it was like throwing you into like, here's like a glimpse into my chaos of a.
Yeah, I think that probably
creative
helped.
life.
I mean, I don't know. We got to know each other pretty well, pretty quick, but I think that did kind of like expose me to the extremes of what comes with you.
Right.
good.
Chaos.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
It's not normally chaotic though.
Well,
It's usually like controlled chaos.
I try to keep it organized. I'm like, what
Yeah.
are the action items?
We organize very differently, but I think you do a good job of your own organization.
Well, the ADHD,
yeah.
it's
There.
tough. It's alive and well. There is no Adderall on this gal
Mm.
anymore. So I am like, I just have to think through things, you know?
Right.
But I mean, you being in a creative industry, me being in a creative industry, do you see anything about working together where you're like, we both might have a weakness somewhere? Because you just do
For
seem
sure.
like, really, because I feel like you seem for a creative to have it so much more calmly, like regulated and together with from one thing to another. Whereas my
Yeah.
brain's like, I'll do a little bit here, I'll do a little bit here. And at the end of the day, I'm like, did I get anything done? Whereas you're kind of like, check this shit off, check this shit
Yeah,
off.
for sure. I'm very task oriented. Like my whole well-being is based on a to-do list on my phone. So I know, or I guess I worry sometimes that might not be the healthiest approach, but it's just worked for me for, you know, my whole adult life. So that's kind of how I function, and you've got your lists and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like, you know,
How often do you think I cross off everything on my lists?
not as much as me.
No. Yeah. I would say that I keep rewriting the same shit. I'm like, how long are you going to
Yeah, I
say
mean, I
that you're
try
going
to
to
get-
go to the post office? And you're like, you go to the post office and
but
get
you
stamps?
can put stuff off like that. That's fine. Like you're not a procrastinator. Like you get shit done.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
you
really
do.
try to like bust my ass. I don't know anybody who works more than me, but I do know a lot of people that work smarter than me. And that's frustrating.
Yeah, but that's something I admire about you. Like you do work pretty smart. Like you prioritize things in a unique way, and you really do get stuff done. So I
Unique
wouldn't-
would be the word.
No, it's different from what I'm used to.
No,
There's
but
nothing wrong with that.
I think I need to work on them. Like I don't know if it's is that like the artist brain? I think
Sure,
it is.
yeah, you're an artist. I think you may be in certain ways. Like, I don't think you're intentionally making things harder than they need to be, but I think that because you're an artist first, things end up maybe being a little bit more complicated than they need to be sometimes. But I think that that's benefited you in the long run.
And I think about everything so deep.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is this doing for you?
yeah.
You're just like, and then no one else is thinking about it that deep. Like, I really don't think that.
I mean, you really care about things. You're very passionate about the things you choose to invest your time in.
I
that's the
used to
artist
think
also.
I used to think it was like a beautiful thing to be to put 100% into everything you do. I pride myself on that. I always think
Yeah.
that's such a great thing. But I'm finding the older I get, I'm like, some things don't deserve 100%. You know, when I go to the grocery store, must I give it 100%? I'm like, I will.
It's just who you are, dude.
I
You gotta
lock
own it.
in, man. I lock in.
Yeah.
Relationships, lock in. Business, lock in. This project, lock in. But to the point where I'm like the parameters I feel like I have for myself, the expectations are so incredibly high that you end up always finding yourself feeling like I didn't do well enough.
Yeah.
Like you set yourself up for failure. But I always think that's like the tortured artist thing.
I think so too. Yeah.
And I think that that's maybe where like
Is
the
that-
best songs and the
You think
best
that's out of your
art.
control?
Do I think it's out of my control?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried to control it.
That's probably good.
I think I'm just now at 33 becoming conscious of it. And I'm like, like maybe that's something, it's just starting to get on the scene.
Yeah.
It's like made its way into my, headspace of like awareness that maybe I should consider reacclimating like some of that.
I think that's another thing you do really well though, is like we talk about all the time, there's so many ups and downs in both of our careers. And you lean into the downs and you lean into the ups. So I would guess that yours feel a lot more intense than mine do. But I think that's all a part of the experience. That's a part of the emotion that you put into everything, not just your art.
I would agree. But I also think like, I make like these horrible jokes that they're so dark. And I'm like, I don't think people realize I'm joking, but I'm like, I'm tightening the noose. Like, and I'm like, no one thinks it's funny. Well,
I mean, I think
actually,
it's funny.
no, I think a lot of people do. But
Yeah, you're very
like
funny.
you say it to someone that's like, I'm like, you take life too seriously. They're 100% at that,
for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you don't have a sense of humor as an artist and you're going to be that deep feeling person that pours like your heart and your soul into what you do, then I feel like you got to have the sense of humor because there's going to be low times.
If not, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, dude. And boring. And like, honestly, who wants to be around someone serious all the fucking time? Like, it sucks. I like when we can joke about how fucked up my life can get.
Yeah.
What's the point? You know?
That's fun.
Then you're just looking at the darkness.
Right.
But what are the things that have like kind of helped you with that? Like when you go through the highs and you go through the lows. So like where the best songs come from, I would assume, like for me in art, like some of the worst times have made the best art pieces. So
Yeah, I've had a little bit of both. It's interesting because I'm like, I'll go through periods where I'll write a ton and then I'll go through like a year without writing a song. Lately, it's been different because I'm doing a lot of co-writing.
yeah,
with
you've
other
been
people.
writing your ass off,
You
right?
say that, but I haven't written a song in probably 6 months.
No, you wrote that one recently.
Oh, that's true. I wrote a song the other day.
And I liked it because it was political. And I fucking
about
dig
that.
it. I dig it.
I just haven't been writing as much lately, and I get down on myself about it because sometimes I'll write a ton and it's like all great stuff and it just feels so good and so fulfilling, and then there will be just like these dry streaks where it's like, shit, I got nothing.
But I think that happens. And I think when you have that like burst of inspiration, you're like, fuck, this is going to be a heavy hitter.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it works like that in music, but like the other day I just started like fucking around painting a island. And I thought it would just be this silly like Twitch stream. Like I just wanted to show people I could paint. And honestly, I'm using these Twitch streams and connecting with these awesome new people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I want to show them I can do different mediums. And I haven't painted in a while. And I started painting this and I did not know it was going to be something I was so incredibly proud
you love
of.
it.
I could cry because I'm so proud of
She
it.
keeps grabbing it and just like looking at it.
I'm so
smiling.
fucking proud. It never happens to me ever. Like that is, I mean, you just know I'm like, I look at the portrait I'm doing of me and I'm like, I've spent probably 300 hours on it.
Yeah.
And this fucking painting I've spent like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours, maybe 9. And I'm so proud just because it's like the first time you try something. So sometimes you just got to send it with an idea and start. And I think that just picking up the pencil to write, just, probably don't.
I haven't touched a pencil in a long time.
I'm here with like a quill and ink by candlelight kind of gal.
Yeah, I know what you mean though, because like sometimes I get down on myself and think that like it's not the music or the art itself that motivates me, but then whenever I write a song that's really good or that I love, I'll listen to it until I can't listen to it anymore, just because I love the song. I think it's good and I want to listen to it. And it feels like a lot of artists aren't like that. They'll like write a song and know that it's good and they'll go record it or whatever and then just never listen to it again. Like, actors say the same thing. Like they don't like watching. And I'm just not that way. Like I genuinely write songs that I want to listen to, I think, and I guess I don't really know how that relates back to your question, but
no, that's wild because I very rarely look. I think that's why maybe I like the island painting.
Yeah.
It's something I would genuinely want to see.
Right.
Because I love landscapes. It's why I love nature so much. It's why I love being out for like 2 weeks. I'm like, I want to be away and I want to be out there in the elements. But I find that a lot of the art that I create is portraits.
Sure.
But I don't want to fucking look at that shit. Which is crazy because I will see other portraits and absolutely love them. But for some reason, I don't know where that comes from, but that's an interesting point.
Well, it's always different. Like if I'm writing songs for somebody else, then I'm definitely not going to be as attached to it as something that was like my own original idea.
No, but I choose to do these portraits.
Yeah,
I'm great at doing the actual like realistic portraits.
You don't do a ton of portraits just for fun. You do some, but like
it used to be all I did.
Sure.
For a long time.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is now the portraits are something that you do for work, right? And not that you can't sell this beach scene.
Right.
But it's something you wanted to do. It was an original idea, and I think that's why you're so connected to it. It's also fucking awesome.
I think I also just find people fascinating. Like, there's something about when you capture, like, the presence of a human being, there's so much mystery.
Yeah.
Because there's just like a song, you're hearing about somebody or an experience, but there's still so much left for an audience to interpret themselves, to finish the story, to make up who that person is in that art piece, to understand what do these people look like in this song? What do you imagine it like? Where's the setting? And it's like, that's the kind of personal experience we all have with different forms of art.
Right.
Is that imagination element.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of an answer to your question about like what's helped me kind of tame the ups and downs. And I really don't know. I mean, you've been doing this professionally a lot longer than I've been playing music since I was a little kid. And
I think I could think of one thing that might be part of what helps. I feel like your sobriety might help.
I was going to say my vices. So the opposite of that.
The Zen? Yeah. Wait, is it Zen?
Yeah, just nicotine and caffeine and Topo Chico.
Yeah, your Topo Chico.
They keep me going. Yeah.
It makes my mouth dry.
That's why you got to keep drinking it.
But I'm just like, why start?
Tastes like TV static.
Yeah, totally. It reminds me of a composition book.
I love it. It's the
Yeah.
best.
Do you remember Harriet the Spy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Didn't she always have one of those?
I don't know. See,
You'd always like walk around with it.
We were talking about this last night. I'm so smart and I'm just the coolest fucking guy. But my weakness is references. I just, you could reference anything and I would have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you didn't know the hot chick one.
I don't know anything.
It's me.
I've seen Step Brothers. I've seen Step Brothers 100 times, or maybe not that many, but I could. If you threw a reference from that movie at me right now, I'd have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know.
Well, and you didn't know the Seinfeld ones I threw at you.
I've never seen Seinfeld, but
I fucking love Seinfeld. Seinfeld is the greatest show ever made. It's so good.
Show about nothing.
Yep, which I feel like is this podcast.
Yeah.
But it's about everything.
Yeah, it's about inspiration. It's about
your life.
love. It's about how much cats suck. It's about
it's about people who hate how much you don't want a guy that has cats. Apparently.
For the record, she was just petting a cat earlier today.
I'm not like a cat hater. I just find it a little strange that like if you're a single person, you're like, I'm going to adopt some cats as a man. I don't know.
I mean,
the men I go
too.
for though is like I want like a manly man. I would think that a manly dude.
Well, it's a dichotomy because like I could understand somebody saying that a cat is more masculine than a dog because dogs are all like kind of gay and cats are mean and hardcore.
I kind of could see that point, but I think it's what is it about like the size of the animal? I'm like, it's smaller and it meows and it's a bitch, like, which is totally an unrealistic point.
I think it's a red flag to me, not a guy or girl. If you're single and you want some compassion from a pet and you choose a cat over a dog, to me, that's odd.
Well, I think it's like less love, but also,
for sure.
Also I could see, I wouldn't be offended. This is the difference between me and many others.
Yeah.
I just don't have that sensitivity level. If somebody was like, just a person I didn't even know on the internet was like, if they explained me and they were like, you know what I would never be into? A blonde bitch who has 2 dogs, single, sick, gross. Ugh. I'd be like, that's me. That's fucking me, man. But instead, I feel like it's like people get so mad that I said that. I'm like, I swear, like it wasn't personal. I didn't even know you existed,
People
man.
are gonna hate you no matter what. We talk. I mean,
No
me
matter
and Bree
what.
talk about this all the time.
I'm
Same
too
thing
fat.
for me.
I'm too skinny. I'm too like it's always something. I'm like, I don't.
I mean, for you, because I mean, people.
It's like every day a new insult, and I'm like,
For
fuck.
sure.
Some days it's
the
easy.
physical stuff is gonna stick more for you. Obviously, I'm not judged for those sort of things as much, or maybe I am. They're just quiet about it. But I get the same shit. You know, like I meet people all the time, and even meet people through like business relationships, and then for whatever reason they just don't fuck with me, and they decide that like I'm not somebody that they're gonna associate with, and that's just life.
What do you mean, just in social situations?
Yeah, I mean, I've met so many people through working situations or socially, and they've been friendly at first, and like nothing happens, and then all of a sudden they're like kind of big dicking me, and it's just like whatever. I mean, we've talked about this also, but like I give off the vibe that I don't really care about things, and I promise that's not who I am. I'm a happy person. I want to be friends with everybody. I just have a calm demeanor, I guess.
Yeah.
Until I don't. But
I know. I still haven't seen like. I don't think I've ever seen angry Kyle.
yeah, you probably won't. I'm a pretty happy guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's just out of your control. There's nothing you can do to control these people, and especially if you're throwing shit out online, you're gonna get hate. Like people are haters.
Oh, it's part of it.
know?
You have to. And I also think, like, sometimes I want to bring that into my art. Like, how can I bring that,
Take
like,
the shitty comments.
yeah,
look
and
them
be
in the
like,
face.
oh, I like, you know, it's gotta. I'm sure in music with words, you could come up with some shit.
I've
like,
done that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know like big artists have talked about this a lot. Like I know Taylor Swift talked about it, how it's like, you know, when she was super skinny, people were telling her all this horrible shit. And it was like, I mean, can you imagine on that level?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to feel bad for her.
Yeah, I'll stick up for my girl Tay. I think she does a pretty good job of ignoring that shit.
Yeah, seems like she keeps it together. But I also think like there's a certain level of like you're still a human, and if you aren't 100% this like narcissist, egotistical fuck, I feel like you are going to internalize because
Right.
you're human. You can only block out so much. And when
Yeah.
people say don't read the comments, I disagree. I think the way that you understand your audience and you really care about your community is understanding how people are receptive to what you're putting out.
Yeah, but well, okay, I hear what you're saying, but then my brain goes to if you were to put out the complete opposite. Like if you put out a video tomorrow saying like a man with cats and sits to pee, that's my guy. Like that's my type. If you did that, they would still hate on you. So what's
Oh no! What
are you learning?
Well, I'm
I
not
guess
gonna.
is what I'm
I'm not
asking.
gonna acclimate to it. But I think it's like if it was something on your art, if like you could see, if you're learning, if it's of value,
Yeah.
you're sifting through. Obviously, not everybody's ever like talking about what you look like or what's wrong with you or how stupid you are.
I feel bad for you because that's pretty much what it's about most of the time.
Oh, it's yeah, it is. But I wonder, you know, I wonder in the 100 comments of what you're looking at that day, you're like, you got 30 that are going back to it's data analysis, it's understanding like what are they saying about the art?
Yeah.
And then you're learning like, okay, I'm going to take that information. I'm going to go, there is a demand for X. And now moving forward, I know that there is an audience for this. And
Sure.
and it's nice to learn that. But if I don't have someone that I'm hiring to look through that and like help direct moving forward, but you should always use comments as data moving forward.
So you're not saying that you necessarily need to read the negative stuff. You're just
well,
saying
you kind of
there's-
got to read all of it to find the ones. You got to sift.
The risk analysis tells you it's worth it to read the comments to get the positives.
Yeah, and
rather
also-
than avoiding all of it.
You're pushing yourself to be a bad motherfucker. You know, like get over the fact that people are never all going to like you.
Right.
And you don't want them to.
Yeah.
Just like you are not going to like everybody.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break to talk about my friends at Rust and Iron Clothing Company, a firefighter-owned apparel brand out of Northern California. built for blue-collar culture, the outdoors, and everyday lifestyle. But Rust and Iron is about more than just clothing. Every single purchase helps fund mental health therapy sessions for first responders and military members through their partnership with the Overwatch Collective. I have such a huge heart for anything that supports our veterans and first responders. Some of the greatest moments of my art career are when I'm creating at veteran events. I am now Rust and Iron's exclusive artist, so from here on out, you'll be seeing my drawings on their apparel. You can check them out at rustandironclothing.com and follow along on Instagram at rustandironclothing. Shop today at rustandironclothing.com and enter Rashelle10 for 10% off your first order. Now back to the show. Selectiveness is a good thing, you know, but kindness, motherfuckers, okay? Kindness. Like, let's not forget, I can't imagine some of the shit. People have told me to go kill myself.
Yeah.
Not one or two times, honey. Right. Like a lot of times. And I'm like, I can't imagine. You took the time with your little thumbs and you wrote this shit.
Yeah.
You took the time to write this. Was
a lot of people hate themselves and they take it out on other people. And I mean, that makes sense. That's like the natural.
Who's going to say that to someone in person?
Nobody.
This is the age of the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's like the power to your thumbs.
Right.
This is what we can do. We're going to say some fucked up shit.
It's like smoking crack. It gives you like a temporary high and then it fucks up your life.
I always say that statement wrong. I'm like, meth only once. And I'm like, wait. I always say it wrong. I'm like, wait. I always refer to like, well, if you just paint once, you'll realize like, you know, it's like meth. And people are like, what? Yeah. I'm like, I think that's supposed to be, they're like, that's not the saying. It's not even once. But I think you should try most things once. I'm just saying. I just think.
I've tried most things once.
Yeah. Not the meth thing for me, but we'll move on. I digress. Okay, so tell us about how sobriety has changed in the music industry, because obviously you're surrounded with a lot of...
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's obviously affecting the music industry a lot. Alcohol sales are way down nationally. I don't know how much that's changed in Texas. The scene that I'm a part of now totally survives on alcohol sales, so that would be pretty detrimental if Texas made a big shift with its alcohol consumption. You know, it's weird. I've been sober a little over, or I guess coming up on 3 years, and wow.
I'm like shocked as I have like a glass of Pinot Grigio. Yeah. I'm like, what?
I get down with
3 years.
Some NA beers. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just it's hard still, you know. I don't necessarily feel tempted to drink. I don't want to be drunk. I don't want to be hungover, but I just feel so socially uncomfortable being in bars and stuff, which, you know, my whole job is being in bars all the time. Right. I'm getting better at it, I think. Surrounding myself with the right people's helped. You know, it's weird. It's a strange thing being sober around a bunch of drunk people all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it'll ever become normal. Sobriety for me hasn't really, I don't know. I don't know how much I can say it's changed my life. I still have a ton of problems.
Well, I don't think sober, not sober.
Sure. I know. I wasn't expecting it to like dramatically
the
improve my life.
problemos are still going to be alive and
I'm
well.
a way nicer person. I'm much less rigid.
Yeah, and it's also got to keep you clear.
It keeps me clear. I'm able to access my vulnerable self a lot better, and that's something that's important to me. So
self-awareness would be helpful. Yeah. What about writing, though? Do you feel like...
I used to write my best songs when I was drunk. And
that's what I'm saying. I and this is like totally an inappropriate thing. I'm not trying to like
maybe it's affected my writing.
Drink,
I don't know. I haven't really considered that. Like, I have not written as much since I've gotten sober. I have written plenty of songs, but not as consistently.
I wonder if there's like maybe a regiment for like some type of routine of something you could do to prepare yourself in the same way that like people go to pick up a drink, or they go to like smoke a bowl, or bop a zin, or a long coat chew, or whatever the fuck it is, you know, or their smoke stick. What is it? A vape?
She asked me what a vape was called earlier.
I don't, the blocks of, I call it a smoke stick, but I always think of my mom when I say that. It's just a funny thing. But maybe if you had something like that helped you feel like, because maybe it's in our heads.
Yeah, I definitely think for me, at least with writing, it's a state of mind. Because like when I'm writing the most songs and the best songs, I'm constantly like grabbing things from my experiences. Like you could say a phrase to me, and I'm like, okay, I need to write that down. And I just haven't been pulling inspiration that way. So they're fewer and farther between. But that my songwriting process is pretty much just like I hear a phrase or see some shit on a billboard and I write it down in my phone, and then whenever I want to, I can address that, and the whole song usually just comes out. Like it's pretty. I hate to use the word magical, but it kind of is that, because it's not like I'm putting a ton of effort into writing the songs. It's like the base, the core idea is there, and then everything else just kind of shows up, and that's how it's always been for me. But I don't know.
What about the last song that you wrote? What was that?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I wrote a song with my friend Katrina about how fucked up everything is right now.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. It's not trying to shit on anybody. It's not.
It's actually very, I would say.
Well, there's a few
centered
things in there that are not very centered, but.
Tell me what give me a couple like heavy hitter liners.
It's hard for me to recall. I mean, like, the first line is like, they all swore they wouldn't get involved, so damn glad that Grandpa's gone so he doesn't have to read about these robots chatting in Japanese.
It's pretty specific.
Yeah. I thought that was funny because, like, the grandpas are always like, fucking, they're talking in Japanese. It's obviously not Japanese. Yeah, it's just everything's fucked up right now, and I wanted to kind of write a song about it because I've never really written anything that like expresses what I'm feeling about the world. It's always like love or heartbreak, or like somebody who did me wrong and things like that.
Which is typical, like that's the country music.
Exactly. Yeah. And I did
Which I think people are getting kind of sick of.
Maybe so.
I think they're like, dude, we've heard this fucking story. I kicked my dog.
There's definitely less tractors and beer and shit these days.
A lot of beer and tractors.
I think there's less.
I think in Texas country, I think pop country, though, tends to stay pretty safe in that lane. And that's what I kind of like about the fact that things are moving in a direction of, I think that's what I love about Texas country got me out of just understanding what 90s country and mainstream country is.
Yeah.
And I think when I moved here, that was fascinating to me. It was a little bit more, it felt wholesome and real. Like, but it still kind of was on that theme.
It's definitely more real. So I've always struggled to write songs about my personal life. Like I've had plenty of unusual experiences, and I had trauma as a child, and just all the things that everybody goes through that I could have been writing songs about, but it was easier and felt more natural for me to write about experiences that other people around me were going through. So I did this thing last year where I wrote a record of all songs that were like based on real events in my life, and it was fucking hard.
Love that.
And the songs came out great, and I love the record. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. Maybe I'll do that naturally.
Which album is that one?
That's called Songs from the Canyon. That came out in 2025.
Okay, that's the one I know all the. I feel like nice. I know all of those songs.
Yeah.
But then you started as the genre that you started with was, what do we call it? Like
it's
punk,
like alternative rock, pop punk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I loved that.
Yeah.
I love like that's like kind of it reminds me of like middle school and high school and like the angst,
right?
But it just has a great. There's something uplifting. It's not metal. It's not going into like screamo or anything, but it's very like, it's Blink-182.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah, I mean, that was my mentality. That was my vibe, growing up, like Blink-182 and everything about that band and their identities was what I tried to identify with. But I've always been more musically motivated and inspired by songwriters. I played that type of music because I didn't know what Texas country was. I somehow just missed the boat. All my friends wanted to play heavy stuff, so that was kind of like a happy medium where they got to play drums really loud and fast, and I could still sing.
And you were how old when you started that?
I mean, my first band, we were in. I played drums originally whenever I was in like elementary school, middle school, and like a blues cover band. We were just playing like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix and
Love
shit.
it.
ZZ Top, yeah. The first band that I was singing in was early high school.
Okay.
And we were touring the fucking country, at 15 years old, making no money, playing shows for nobody. And it was the time of my life.
So you have been, when did you switch to country?
In 2020.
Oh, yeah. So that, yeah, fairly.
Pretty recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So COVID really kind of put an end to my last band. You know, a couple people moved out of state and some people got big boy jobs and couldn't do it anymore. And it just wasn't, we didn't know how to revive it.
Have you ever hit a point where you thought, fuck, this is hard. This isn't for me. Like, I just want to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay.
What else would I do?
Well, that's exactly where I'm at. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm done for. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck am I talking
No, I mean,
about?
that's the ups and downs for me. It's like, I'll go through streaks of like, you know, a month or two of like really great bookings. So I've got a lot to look forward to. And then I'll, you know, be busy with that and not be able to keep up with the momentum beyond that. And then I'll have a couple months that like nothing's going on. I'm not making any money. And it's like, fuck, what do I do? Like, I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm fucked.
Right.
But I legitimately cannot wrap my head around doing anything else. It's not that I don't want to do anything else. I've tried to do lots of other things and I haven't been great at them.
I also think your organizational skills, the way that you delegate, like, you know, your band is coming, you know, from Houston to this place. This is what
Yeah.
you pay them. They know what to expect. They know
Yeah.
how to count on you.
Yeah.
That's not very, I wouldn't say that's super typical. I wouldn't count on that in the music industry when you
Yeah.
don't have a manager. You are very reliable in that way.
Yeah. I pride myself on that.
I don't think I think that that's a lot of downfalls for a lot of bands, and that's when it dissolves.
And it's not the fault of the lead singer or the band leader or whatever. It's just, you know, we're all artists. I just, for whatever reason, have this kind of like business tenacity about me that like.
I disagree with that, though.
What do you mean?
I think it would be the fault of when you are the one running it and you're asking people to come show up for something. The reason why they know that they feel this confidence in showing up is because you're consistent.
Yeah.
You've set these expectations. I think it's hard for artists not being a lot of times super naturally business minded.
Yeah.
I know I have to work really fucking hard at it.
Yeah.
Like,
But you're brilliant.
no, I'm not.
You
I
are.
fucking am not. I blow my own mind at how dumb I feel some days. I'm like, oh my God, this is the desktop. It's a background on my computer. These motherfuckers have been telling me to save it to the desktop. I'm like, it's saved on the computer. What do they mean? Like,
Yeah.
I learned that one a while ago, guys, but it was like shocking when I learned it. I'm just saying. It's fascinating to me
Yeah.
when you meet somebody who, like, first of all, understanding like the mechanics of like tech things, but then also having the organizational of like how you hire and pay people out, then booking the shows, then the travel of it, and then the talent. That's a lot of different hats that you're wearing within being a musician. So it would feel very natural and reasonable that at times when it becomes overwhelming or things don't go as well as you want them to, or they're not scaling or picking up, even though you're applying yourself, showing up, that you would maybe go, fuck this, man.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't have I don't have that luxury.
But you hit those moments of like,
Oh, of course.
fuck. And then you're like,
but I'm also
how long
blessed.
does it last?
I'm surrounded by people who are so supportive of me when they don't have to be, like my
Well,
band.
we're all talking each other out of it. We're like, no.
Well, like you and Bree, but also my band. Like I'm so lucky to have those guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm not worried about them leaving me to go play in another band because of how much they love me and support me, which is just a blessing. But then like you and Bree, you know, we can talk about all these things because we can relate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we could all go fucking be a bartender or something, but like.
And we'd be the best damn bartender.
I'd be a great bartender.
I don't think I
rather kill
would. I would
myself.
like to say I would, but I'm like, I would end up being like oversharing and
You're good
so
at that.
I would definitely overshare
Yeah.
uncomfortably. They'd come back all the time though to be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck else happened? And I'm like, I have a feeling not as much cool shit would happen in my life and probably not as much devastating shit, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something about though, like music being your outlet and a creative industry, like art being my outlet.
Yeah.
I really feel, don't you feel like you were made, like that's your purpose?
For sure.
And that's why you come back to it. I
Yeah.
think overall, that's why. It's not even that things could be going shitty for me.
Yeah.
And I still am like, man, even after a good mentee bee, the next day I'm like, I wake up and I know exactly where I'm supposed to be in life. Yet nothing on paper looks fucking good.
Yeah.
But then like a month later, it's unbelievable. I went from my worst year in business to my fucking best year by like 3 times. Like when you can 3x something and you are like literally going, what the fuck is my deal? I need to be done. I need to close my business. I was ready to call my accountant and close my business.
It's just there's no consistency in our lines of work. It's, I guess there can be at a certain point, but like for the long haul, it's ups and downs, and that's just.
Do you think the peaks and valleys are?
It's kind of what I love about it.
Me too. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I want consistency and like more shallow peaks and valleys. Like I just want like more like chill in other realms of my life, in friendships and relationships and things like that. But in my career, I think I've learned that that's what makes the best art is the highs and lows.
Yeah.
I think it inspires the greatest ideas. I think it brings the most self-awareness. It reminds you who you are.
Yeah.
And then you're reminded of like where you came from, how you've been through 100% of your worst days. And I love that. I think that
It's never 100% of your worst days. You always got more bad days ahead of you.
no, but been through. They've already happened. What's going to happen moving forward is not my business. It's like the back of my head. I don't fucking know what's going on back there, but it's behind me,
Yeah.
But yeah, what's coming, who fucking knows? But so far, we're standing here today knowing all of the highs and all the lows.
Yes, that have happened.
And that's great.
Right.
That's something to be said.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what I love about it. Like the chase, the grind, the challenge. I don't know if I necessarily write my best song. What I'm thinking about is like the heartbreak, right? And like I've gone through a couple of those and I've written some really good songs fresh into a heartbreak. And I didn't really do that in this most recent one, which is kind of strange. It's just a new experience.
What was different, you think, about this?
Well, I think I left that relationship feeling a lot more grateful for what I got out of it. Obviously, we could talk about this for hours, but I gained a lot from that relationship. I became a better person for many reasons, and it made me more comfortable with myself and the way I interact with people and the way that I challenge myself. And I just got so much good out of it that it didn't, and I hate to say this, but it didn't necessarily feel like heartbreak, because I almost felt more guilty that like she lost me and I gained a lot.
Yeah. But I think it's, what would we call that? Mature heartbreak?
Maybe. Yeah, for sure.
MH. Mature heartbreak. It's a good MH right there.
Yeah.
I'm having MBs, mental breakdowns. You're having MH.
MTBs, yeah. I don't have a lot of MTBs. I don't know if I've ever had one of those, actually.
No, I know. You keep it very fucking steady.
So I do have this weird
Brie
thing.
and I are like, so what are you on, number 2 this month? And she's like, I'm absolutely losing it. I'm like, same, girl.
Yeah.
We're always on the same, but it's so fucking crazy because it will be so quickly lived. Like,
Right.
I've never been actually depressed in my life. I've felt very low lows, but I never stay there. And I feel very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because I realize a lot of artists, like they'll stay in that, then they'll be like, okay, I'm going to get on medication or find my vice of how I'm going to walk through this to function in life.
Yeah.
I don't stay in that. I try to find a reason, a way to use that. And that's why I say, I think no matter what you go through,
Yeah. You have to channel it.
like, I love that you can put words to that, though, that like, I think you were heartbroken. We've talked about this. I do think you were heartbroken, but I think you were heartbroken in a way that you could make sense of the feelings. You could organize.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what was it? What happened? Who am I moving forward? And what do I want to be from this? What did I learn from this? And that's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, for sure. It feels good.
Maybe that's why the songs didn't come out like.
Yeah, I'm a good person now. I don't have to write any more songs.
It's all fucked. Like, it's like, I don't think that that's like what it was supposed to be. But,
yeah.
but I mean, how do you feel like,
I I think my version of a mentee bee is this weird thing that happens to me, and maybe it's like I don't think I have ADHD, but like every now and then when there's like a ton of stuff and my to-do list is like really long, I'll like be working on something, trying to get like one of many tasks done, and it'll just start feeling like kind of like euphoric almost. Mm-hmm. It almost feels like my brain is just like rolling around in my head, and everything feels like so intense and so important. And I just have to like kind of embrace it. And I've gotten to this place where it's fun. It feels like I'm like tripping out or something.
I felt like that when you showed up for work today. I felt like that. I felt like I had done so many things.
Yeah.
I felt so good. I was like, oh my God, that I sent that pitch. I got the receipt and the deliverables sent to this client. Like I felt like I was just like fucking knocking them out. Got the sponsorship, like knocking one thing out after another. And for an artist, like getting those done so then we can get to the creative is like, I feel like then I can allow myself to do that.
Right.
But you know, when you wear all the hats, like you have to do all those things. Yep. So it's a nice place to be. You have no excuse but to write some fucking songs now, man.
Yeah, I need to do that.
You need to write some songs.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in the can though. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you get to share any with us?
No. It's a secret.
Sick. Dope.
No, I've got some songs that are recorded and I'm very excited about.
Nice.
You will hear them eventually.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's next for Kyle?
Keep showing up here, making $1,000 a day. I don't know. I mean, like I'm not
drain the well dry.
Yeah, I never expected to be a fucking podcast producer, you know. And obviously my main job is playing music, playing shows and making records. And that's the goal. I'm in it for the long run, the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys.
And I mean,
sending those emails, getting the fucking no's, and then getting the yeses.
You're pretty much tapped out though on like your time. Like
Yeah, no, my calendar's full.
Yeah, you are.
You get all my time.
You're a man in demand.
Yeah.
You got the podcasts. What do you do? 3 of them?
Yeah.
2? 3?
I got 3 right now.
Okay, so 3 podcasts, and then you do your acoustic set, and you play that, and then you have your full band, and you guys go all around Texas. Have you played out of Texas?
Nope, not yet. I mean, I've toured out of Texas for years in the previous band, but I haven't had a good enough reason to leave Texas yet.
And tell us your band's name.
Kyle Garrett.
And?
They chose.
Come on. What is it?
They call themselves the Heartaches.
I fucking love it. And I love them. They're the greatest people. They're fucking wonderful.
Good dudes.
Yeah, good people. Like, honestly, I just loved them. They're great. And I got to actually see them for the first time perform a couple weeks ago. Y'all were amazing.
Thank you.
Everybody loved you, which was no surprise. But also the sound, like, it was so similar to what I actually hear on the record. Like, it didn't sound different. Sometimes when I hear, and I'm no musician, okay?
Yeah.
But I've been told I have a great ear. I used to play piano and sing. And my voice coach and piano teacher would tell me I had this very great ear. She's like, you can recognize. And so I never actually read.
You should be a producer.
I never read music. I would learn by sound.
Yeah, I can't read music either.
So I played by ear. And I would play Beethoven and all kinds of crazy shit.
Jesus Christ.
And I still can, it's so weird muscle memory. Like, I can remember the whole Fear Elise, like, the whole goddamn thing. With these tiny little nubs, which is so crazy because my mom's like, you'll never be a piano player. She'll never admit she said that, but I'm like, you made fun of my chubby short fingers when I was little.
Parents for about an hour and a half.
Yeah. I'm like the parental trauma.
Yeah.
And like, I know why she said that. My sister had these gangly, long ass, beautiful hands, and she has a voice of an angel. I'm like, I can't fucking compete with this.
Right. And
then she ended up doing like voiceovers professionally and all kinds of stuff. Oh, she's fascinating. I've told you about Laura Stetman. Look her up. She's amazing. Interesting, creative family with 2 parents that were not creative at all. But my mom was always like, she would like decorate these really cool like signs and posters and stuff for our school, and she was just always very creative with like crafts and stuff.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool, but that was like mostly the extent of what my parents were creatively. Yeah. Like, did you come from I
got nothing good from my dad except music. So I do have him to thank for that. Otherwise, I everything bad about me is.
Wait, so was your dad a singer?
He was a guitar player.
Okay.
Never professionally, but as a kid, he was a guitar player, so I inherited gear from him. And
did he teach you?
No.
No. Okay.
He just had guitars around. He had a really dope CD collection.
Who taught you how to play?
Myself. Wow. I just learned. So I started on drums, and I took drum lessons and stuff when I was a kid, and then I just wanted to write songs, so I learned a couple chords, and I have not gotten any better at guitar since then.
Shut up. That's bullshit. Okay, do you still play drums?
No. I mean, I could, but I don't. I'm legitimately not a good guitar player. I should be a lot better. I just, my focus goes into other things. I'm good enough, right? I'm good enough to pass. If I'm
a shitty oil painter.
No, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
But this is what's so funny is like I graduated with a degree in painting.
You're out of
Technically, I have a bachelor's in painting. And I'm like, what bullshit is that? I will literally say that. No problem at all. No one fucking hires me to do paintings, okay? They hire me to draw because I'm an illustrator. But it is funny how I love that self-awareness. It's a breath of fucking fresh air.
Yeah.
Instead of, you meet a lot of musicians, you meet a lot of creative people who are like, I'm fucking great at everything because they all are about the sales. But real, true artists will admit the things that they're like, this is what, and they'll say the things they're really into that they wish they were better at. Like I love oil painting. I was
better at guitar though. That's the problem.
You don't wish you were better? What do you wish you were better at? Or do you?
I wish I was a better songwriter. And that's, with that being said, I know I'm a great songwriter. I'm very confident in my skill.
Not being a musician, I wouldn't know that you're like, from what you say, like you're not good at guitar. I'm
not bad at guitar. I just mean that like I'm always gonna hire a better guitar player to back me up.
Okay.
Because it's like in business, right? Like you hire people to do the things that you're not as good at.
That's why I have you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm good at, but I'm just kidding.
I don't know what I'm good at either. I'm like, what is my
good
purpose?
At oil painting.
Every day I'm like, what is my purpose? We're like self-deprecating as fuck. We're like, yeah, I suck too.
No, I'm really good at a lot of things, and I know that about myself. I'm just gonna fill those gaps with people who are better at the things I'm not. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good business.
I'm gonna hire somebody to record that acoustic guitar in the studio because they'll do it way fucking better than I will. It's gonna make my shit sound better.
Somebody want to paint the fucking pictures for me, man?
Yeah.
But see, that's the part I like. I kind of like sucking at shit.
You don't suck.
Well, at painting, I'm not great at
nerves.
it. But I like know when I pick up a pencil, I'm like, you about to do some crazy shit. But when I pick up a paintbrush, I'm like, what am I going to feel like about myself after this? And it's not good.
Right.
It's always like, but so like the, the one time that you get the good oil painting and you're like, huh, I did that. And I'm like ready to cry. I'm like, I'm only happy that it looks like a beach. Okay. Yeah. I'm not even happy that it's done well. I'm like, I can recognize, I can see what it is. And that, my friend, is an accomplished day.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Yeah. We have lots of good days and we've had lots of bad days. Since
lots
we've
of bad
met each
days.
Other,
do you want to share what you had said to me after when Kyle started working for me? He had seen my career be at like, it was at a pretty good place. And then some weird, very first time weird things in over 10 years of doing this professionally, I guess 15 years, kind of, I got like let go from my first job, which like in creative industry had worked for this company for a while. And it was kind of devastating to me. Like it was it was devastating. I took it very hard because it wasn't anything I had done. It was just a circumstance, and it felt so personal. And he watched me walk through that with so much weight. Like, I just felt like a fucking loser. Like, you just feel like somehow you're a failure, and it wasn't because of anything like you weren't talented enough or you did anything wrong. It just was the circumstances of a situation that really honestly had nothing to do with talent or anything. And it felt so harsh. And I think walking through that with someone to witness it was kind of nice to not feel so alone in that, but also like I could have felt the other way, embarrassed. But I think because there was a creative that happened to be working for me, which has never happened before. Yeah. Every assistant I've had or employee or anything, film or anything, traveling assistant, none of them have been like in a creative industry. They've never been an entrepreneur or business owner. So I felt like your advice or your helping me walk through that weird time was super helpful because you could kind of...
Relatable.
resonate with that feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that not a lot of people see from the outside. You're not going to post like, I got fucking let go from a company today. You're not going to post your worst shit.
Yeah. We're both great at giving each other advice and not so great at taking our own.
Yeah, we're like, no, you're great. And you're like, no, you're great. And we're like, we fucking suck. But I also think like it's 444. I fucking love that, man.
Nice.
Represent.
Yeah.
But I just think that that's like one of the greatest parts about having like artistic friends.
Yeah.
People who can understand that creative highs and lows come and go, and that actually keeps the inspiration alive. You can't, if everything's always great all the time, I think you become an asshole.
Yeah.
I just think you would, because you'd be like,
yeah.
You know, it's like
the amount of time in my life or career as a musician that I've like wished I was more of an asshole is kind of embarrassing now to look back on.
Same. I obviously have no boundaries, so I'm learning that right now.
Yeah, see, I've never struggled really with boundaries.
No, you're good with boundaries.
Yeah,
that's step one.
Yeah.
Of being an asshole is knowing what your boundaries
right?
are.
You look at successful people and they're all fucking dickheads.
Yeah, they are.
And it's just so,
a lot of them are.
It's so hard for me to wrap my head around because I don't want to be a billionaire. I don't want to make a ton of money. I like money, but like I just want to be able to do what I want to do.
Right.
You know? And it seems like if I was more of a dickhead, then I could do that easier.
Maybe it's just taking out considering another person's feelings, and I can't do it. I don't know how to do it.
I'm an empath for sure. It's
yeah,
hard
dude.
for me to
I will
not
absorb.
care.
I will think as I'm sending a pitch, if I was to get this, and I'm
You're
like, but you're not. I'm next level. I'm like actually the worst.
You're a little too scared, I think. Yeah.
You're like that. No one could live off that. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, thank God that you've woke me up to this. But it's like, I always feel like too, there's this way that like that level of kindness and understanding of people does come back around.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of clients. Most of my clients have come back around and commissioned a second piece, a third piece, royalty agreements, like random little things that because you did business with them from a place of compassion.
Yeah.
But I also think there's a number of people and times are tough.
Yeah.
We are in an inflated economy. Money is hard right now.
It goes both ways because you can work for somebody out of compassion or work at like a discounted rate or whatever, and then that might lead to more work or collaborations with them in the future. But also there's like a huge gray area. And then on the opposite side, if you don't value yourself high enough, then they will not respect you the way they should.
Or they come back for the same deal and you're like, I can't do that twice.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, when you said it, I was like...
It took me a long time to learn that, you know, and now, like, I'm obviously not making, like, tons of money and playing huge shows to thousands of people, but, like, I'm making money.
Yeah, you make more money than a lot of people I know that are doing it on what looks like from the outside a bigger scale.
Yeah.
But you make more money, but their costs are much higher. Like, there's so much that goes into it. There just is so much, and it's like... Even the people who are signed, it's like, dude, they're being owned. Like, there's a lot of, like, greatness in being independent.
Yeah, I mean, you get signed, you're living off a loan.
Yep. Yeah. You're basically working for them. And then, where's the creative freedom in that?
Yeah.
How you know, and that's something I've never had to really struggle with, and I love that, but also, I always wanted an agent.
Yeah.
I always thought, like, oh,
an agent's different, because they just take a percentage of what they bring you.
I also think, though... based on what an agent brings you, when you've done X amount of events from what that agent's list is, it can really change the direction of your art. That's not in an organic way. And over time, I will realize that, but not as it's happening.
Yeah.
But that's happened in so many things. When I got into NFTs and I was selling that and I was day trading and I thought I was like, big shit doing that. And then I did really well and I thought it was great. But it was like, wait, this is like JPEGs. Like it felt fucking ridiculous. And yeah, like it was great money and it was a really interesting industry to learn, but it does change the progression of like the way your art's going when the drive of the direction changes, the clientele changes. And I don't know. I just think, I think that the more independent you are, the more you have the ability to make the decisions from who your clients are, what direction you're going, the events you're doing, the places that you're playing. I do think the art stays pretty genuine to you.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's bands and music are going to be different in art than in a lot of ways.
There's a lot of crossover there. Like I remember when I started working for you, I was intimidated because I don't know anything about your industry, right? But now that we've,
Neither do I.
I mean, I could say the same about music. There's no answers.
No, I think I know a lot, and then some days I'm like, I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know fucking nothing.
But there's a lot more crossover in the way that we work, probably because of the way we're wired and the way we think.
I think it's also valuable to say, I
Yeah.
don't know anything, you know?
Yeah, the coolest part about your job, I guess I could tell somebody I want $50,000 to play this show, but they're probably going to say no. But with you, they might say yes.
They haven't yet. Well, I don't
Yeah,
think
they
I've ever... Have I ever pitched anything like that?
Yeah, you've made more than 50 grand on a sale.
Well, yeah, but I didn't... That happened out of nowhere. I actually didn't even have to pitch that. That was fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, like... But as far as, like, when you're seeking out, like, shows and
Yeah.
you're seeking out new clients and new people to see what you're doing and
Yeah.
come catch us and come see me, the experience live or whatever. It's interesting because as you write that, you almost want to tailor it to who you're speaking to and then what you know about them. That's the business part, that's the sales part. But also, as the creative, being the one writing that,
Yeah.
I want to send that in a way that it's different than any other one that they've got. And did you notice with those companies how different that was received?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
And see, we thought from the last pitches we were sending, like, I don't know, what, a month before to those other types of companies.
Mm-hmm.
It was like event planning, like wedding stuff.
Right.
We changed the formula of the language and how we were going to, like, you know, make it a little bit more tailored.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, the response from
Right.
people. People
Yeah.
loved that you took the time to, like, and I thought that was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
But
I thought it
don't
was
know.
great. No, I mean, obviously we've shifted gears since then, but that was pretty fulfilling. Or
Yeah, you know,
was fulfilling for me
it's funny because
of how happy it made you.
It was successful, and I was like, moving on. I'm like, anyway, bigger things have happened since then.
Yeah.
But that's my life. My life just goes like that. But
You get lots of new ideas and you act on them.
been so, I mean, you've watched me work with, I mean, actors that you knew to just a lot of weird things since
Yeah.
what, October?
Yeah.
October?
Something like that.
August?
Yeah.
September? I don't know. What the fuck year is it? What's my name? Anyway, this is just like a typical Kyle and Rashelle conversation right now, but I wanted to kind of include you guys in on this because this has been a very, very helpful thing for me in my business. And one of the greatest parts of behind the scenes is Kyle working with me and helping produce this podcast to kind of get out pieces of my story for the first time that I know a lot of people have wanted me to open up about, but I kind of haven't. I've tried to remain like more guarded in a lot of ways on like the personal things that go on behind the scenes and kind of let the art and the opportunities lead. And I kind of just think it's bullshit. So Kyle's here to kind of take some of that credit because, and I'm pushing him to do this because it's given me the opportunity to be able to have that outlet through a podcast. And I'm very, very grateful. And he's seen me through a lot of weird things in this industry. And we're so happy to have him here. So, Kyle, how can people find you and your music and what you do?
I'm kind of realizing that I feel like I'm your tour manager.
You are.
I just like help you with all of it.
You do. You do.
I don't know if well, but I try.
You do.
Okay.
A lot better than if my mind had to fucking make it all up. I sure as hell can't work that thing, whatever that is.
I bet you could.
The sound, what is
It's
the
not that hard.
soundboard?
Yeah. Little interface.
It's way too many buttons, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a jack of all trades.
Not me.
Yes.
Also, I am sweating like a pig.
Yeah, it's a little toasty in here.
I keep my house at like 80 degrees. I'm anemic, okay? Hi, I'm Rashelle. I'm anemic and I'm freezing all the time. But then we turn on all these lights, and during the podcast episode, at some point, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sweating. And I do it when I'm live streaming. Every live stream, I start telling people, I'm like, I'm sweating like a pig.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like, this sick bitch.
Hey, they stick around. That's all you need to know.
No, they're the nicest people.
Yeah.
Like I'm so grateful for my live streamer community. They're just great.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys are the same. But
Well, I'm grateful for you.
hey,
Thanks
thanks.
for welcoming me.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate you being here. And also, I just want to make sure that they know how to find you. What's your Instagram handles? What's your website?
Yeah, it's Kyle Garrett Music on everything. KyleGarrettMusic.com, Instagram. Might be something different on TikTok, but you're never going to see my TikTok videos anyways. So.
No, that one popped off the other day.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that one did very
rare.
well. I did
rare.
good. That every once in a while, TikTok will come through for you.
Yeah.
It's not
And then they
China
throw me
anymore,
back in
is
the
it?
closet and I
It's
get 20 views.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yeah.
Next time, we'll talk to you guys about Rashelle's conspiracies and how Kyle is going loco because every day I'm like, did you hear? And I've gone down like a separate rabbit hole. But anyway, we'll save it for next time, which is going to be a really good one. You're in for a treat. Anyway, I love you guys. Catch us next time on the Rashelle Stetman podcast. Oh, also, like, subscribe, share this with a friend, maybe an artist friend, someone who might get some like really cool little tidbits of information and just maybe get a good laugh, because every once in a while you gotta laugh. The world's very serious. So thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Rashelle's her name, and she's the